USA Airport Security and Customs Procedures, CBP and TSA Rules 2025, got effective now. You're about to embark on a journey through the intricate world of USA Airport Security and Customs. We'll demystify the rules and procedures set by Customs and Border Protection, CBP, and the Transportation Security Administration, TSA, ensuring you're prepared for 2025 and beyond. From what you can pack in your carry-on to navigating customs declarations, this video is your ultimate guide to a smooth and stress-free travel experience. Stay tuned, because by the end of this, you'll be a pro at breezing through U.S. airports. Understanding the key players, CBP and TSA. When you travel to or within the United States, two primary agencies are responsible for ensuring safety and compliance. Transportation Security Administration, TSA. The TSA's main role is airport security. They are responsible for screening passengers and their baggage to prevent prohibited items from entering aircraft. This involves checkpoints at departure gates where you'll encounter body scanners, X-ray machines, and security officers. Customs and Border Protection, CBP. CBP is responsible for securing U.S. borders and regulating international trade and travel. When you arrive in the U.S. from another country, CBP officers will inspect your passport and travel documents and process your customs declaration. They ensure that individuals and goods entering the country comply with U.S. laws. Understanding the distinct roles of these agencies is crucial for navigating airport procedures efficiently. TSA security checkpoints, what to expect and how to prepare. The TSA security checkpoint is often the first major hurdle for travelers. Being prepared can save you a lot of time and stress. Identification requirements. All adult passengers 18 years and older are required to show a valid photo ID at the security checkpoint. Acceptable forms of ID include U.S. state-issued driver's license or other state photo identity cards. U.S. passport. U.S. passport card. DHS Trusted Traveler Cards, Global Entry, Nexus, Sentry, Fast. Permanent Resident Card. Border Crossing Card. DHS Designated Enhanced Driver's License. Airline or airport-issued ID, if issued under a TSA-approved security plan. Federally recognized, tribal-issued photo ID. HSPD, 12 PIV card. Foreign government-issued passport. Canadian Provincial Driver's License or Indian and Northern Affairs Canada card. Transportation Worker Identification Credential, TWIC. Make sure your ID is not expired. If you lose your ID or it expires before your flight, contact your airline or the TSA for guidance. Carry-on baggage rules, the 311 rule and prohibited items. The 311 rule for liquids is fundamental for carry-on bags. 3 refers to containers that are 3.4 ounces, 100 milliliters, or smaller. 1 refers to placing these containers in a single, clear, quart-sized bag. 1 refers to 1 bag per passenger. This clear, quart-sized bag must be removed from your carry-on and placed in a separate bin for X-ray screening. Beyond liquids, numerous items are prohibited or restricted in carry-on bags. Common examples include sharp objects, knives, box cutters, and razor blades, excluding safety razors. Firearms and ammunition, these are strictly prohibited in carry-on bags. Explosive and flammable materials, including aerosol cans, except for personal care items meeting the 311 rule, lighter fluid, and certain chemicals. Tools, large tools, crowbars, drills, and saws. Sporting goods, baseball bats, golf clubs, and hockey sticks. Always check the TSA's "What can I bring?" tool on their website or app if you're unsure about a specific item. Electronic devices. Most electronic devices, such as laptops, tablets, and cameras, are permitted in both carry-on and checked bags. However, at the security checkpoint, you will generally be asked to remove larger electronic devices from your carry-on bag and place them in a separate bin for X-ray screening. This allows screeners to get a clear view of the device. Ensure your devices are charged, as you may be asked to power them on. Footwear and outerwear. You will typically be required to remove your shoes, belts, and any heavy outerwear, jackets, coats, for X-ray screening. These items should be placed in a separate bin. Slip-on shoes are often recommended for ease of removal. TSA PreCheck and Global Entry. For frequent travelers, programs like TSA PreCheck and Global Entry can significantly speed up the security process. TSA PreCheck. This program allows pre-approved travelers to go through an expedited security screening process at U.S. airports. Benefits include not needing to remove shoes, liquids, laptops, belts, or light jackets. It's available for flights within the U.S. and for departing international flights from the U.S. Global Entry, a CBP program. Global Entry provides expedited clearance for pre-approved, low-risk travelers upon arrival in the United States. Members can use automated kiosks at select airports. Global Entry membership also includes TSA PreCheck benefits. Both programs require an application, an interview, and a background check. The benefits in terms of time saved are substantial. Navigating U.S. Customs and Border Protection, CBP. Once you arrive in the U.S. from an international destination, you'll go through CBP processing. Required travel documents. For most international travelers, the primary documents required are: valid passport. Your passport must be valid for at least 6 months beyond your intended period of stay, although some countries have specific agreements that waive this rule. Visa, if applicable depending on your nationality and the purpose of your visit, you may need a U.S. visa. The electronic system for travel authorization, ESTA, is required for eligible citizens of Visa Waiver Program countries traveling for tourism or business for stays of 90 days or less. Ensure your visa or ESTA is current and matches your travel purpose. Always have these documents readily accessible, but not in a place where they could easily be lost. Customs Declaration Form. Before reaching the CBP officer, you will need to complete a Customs Declaration Form, Form 6059B. This form asks about what you are bringing into the United States, including currency and monetary instruments. You must declare if you are carrying more than $10,000, or its foreign equivalent, in currency or monetary instruments. Failure to declare can result in forfeiture and civil penalties. Agricultural products. This includes fruits, vegetables, plants, seeds, and animal products. Many agricultural items are prohibited to prevent the introduction of pests and diseases. Even seemingly harmless items like an apple from the plane can cause issues. Food items. Most packaged, processed foods are generally allowed, but fresh produce, meats, and certain dairy products are often restricted. Be specific on your declaration. Medication. Prescription medications should be in their original containers with the prescription label clearly visible. Carry a doctor's note for controlled substances. Alcohol and tobacco. There are limits on the amount of alcohol and tobacco you can bring in duty-free. Excess amounts may be subject to duties and taxes. It is critical to answer all questions on the customs form truthfully. False declarations can lead to fines, confiscation of goods, and even denial of entry. Interview with a CBP officer. Upon reaching the CBP inspection area, you will be directed to an officer. Be prepared to present your passport and customs declaration form. Answer questions about your visit. This may include your purpose of travel, duration of stay, accommodation plans, and where you work. Be polite and cooperative. Answer questions directly and honestly. Avoid making jokes or giving flippant answers. The officer's role is to determine your admissibility into the United States. They may also ask about the items you are bringing into the country. If you used an automated passport control (APC) kiosk or global entry, you will typically proceed to a dedicated line for a quicker review by an officer. Secondary inspection. In some cases, a CBP officer may direct you to a secondary inspection. This does not necessarily mean you have done anything wrong. Reasons for secondary inspection can include discrepancies in your travel documents or customs declaration, further questions about your purpose of travel or duration of stay, random checks, if you are bringing in unusual or prohibited items. During secondary inspection, officers may conduct more thorough questioning, examine your belongings, or verify information. Remain calm, cooperative, and answer all questions truthfully. Connecting flights and rescreening. If you are arriving internationally and have a connecting domestic flight, you will typically need to clear CBP and customs at your first port of entry into the U.S. Collect your checked baggage, even if it was checked through to your final destination. Recheck your baggage with your connecting airline. Go through TSA security screening again for your domestic flight. This process is mandatory to ensure all international arrivals meet U.S. entry requirements and that all items entering the domestic air system have been screened by the TSA. Give yourself ample time for connecting flights, especially for international to domestic transfers. Updates for 2025 and beyond. While specific rules can evolve, the core principles of TSA and CBP procedures are likely to remain consistent. However, travelers should always be aware of potential changes. Technological advancements. Expect continued implementation of advanced screening technologies, such as computed tomography, CT, scanners for carry-on bags, which may eventually reduce the need to remove liquids and electronics. Digitalization of processes. Increased use of mobile passport control apps and biometric screening is likely to expand, further streamlining arrival procedures for eligible travelers. Health protocols. While COVID-19 related restrictions have largely been lifted, it's wise to stay informed about any new public health requirements that might emerge, especially for international travel. Always check the official TSA and CBP websites for the most current information before your trip. We hope this comprehensive guide has equipped you with the knowledge and confidence to navigate USA airport security and customs like a seasoned traveler. Understanding the roles of CBP and TSA, preparing your documents, and knowing what to expect at each stage will undoubtedly lead to a more relaxed and efficient journey. If you found this information helpful, please subscribe to Travel Tree News for more essential travel tips, updates, and destination guides. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you're always informed and ready for your next adventure. Safe travels.